Hey, what's happening, all you pirates and samurai out there? I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming back at you with another One Piece chapter review. This time it's chapter 993, titled The Dream of Wano. As we continue on with the massive battle with the Pirate Samurai Mink Alliance versus the Kaido and Big Mom Orochi Alliance, which, is not much of alliance at this point, but we continue on with that battle. Our cover page continues on with Gangbage's Oh My Family, where, well, Goatee and Lola got married. So, family, family, and more family. It's all in the family. A happy ending for Lola, which I was never expecting. Something like this happening for Lola. If you had told me that we would have something that ended up focusing on this, I never would have believed it. But let's get into the chapter proper, as we see that in the Flower Capital, on the night of the Fire Festival, the people of Wano are the happiest they could ever be, because they're able to do away with all their fears, all the pressure. Everything is able to just be brushed to the side for the most part, because they're just able to dream of the potential day that Wano might just be saved. Everyone, you know, does their best to just pretend like they're okay under Orochi's rule. But they have faith that at some point the Kazuki samurai will help them just get out from under all of this. But, tonight is just a night of dreaming, a night of hoping, a night of drinking, a night where kids can just believe in a brighter future. And it's tragic too, because the people, for the first time in a long time, they're able to speak freely. They're able to have clean water. They're able to drink. They're able to believe. They're able to wish with all their hearts that Orochi might be done in. The factories aren't polluting. There's nothing terrible happening today. This is the day to dream. But we see how everything is going over on Onigashima, and the run of good luck that our heroes have been having is starting to come to an end. Because while they had the element of surprise, yes, while they were managing to get one over on the Beast Pirates, could only have lasted so long. We see that the bullets that Queen the Plague was firing into the crowd were a special type of bullet, something called Ice Oni, that can transform a normal person into a monstrous frost demon who bites into other people, infecting them and turning them. It's just, the question is, how does this stop? When does this end? How far does this spread? Zoro, X-Drake, Robin, Chopper, they're all down there dealing with this threat. How are they going to get to Queen? How are they going to stop this? And how are they going to deal with these ice Onis that even the beast pirates know not to let them touch you? This is a bad situation. And who would have thought it would be something like this? Yeah, we've seen Queen's plague bullet before, but Chopper was able to deal with this, which begs the question, maybe that's why Chopper is here, to help deal with the ice Onis, to figure it out, to find a way around this and to help the people. Meanwhile, down at the first basement level, it's pretty far down there. Luffy is doing his best to fight through the fodder and get up to Kaido, while Sanji is doing his best in order to keep Luffy from doing anything, because he's just like, look, you need to conserve your energy. They also end up running into a headliner, Boscola, who has a gorilla for an arm. Like, a gorilla is straight up just growing out of his arm. And, both Sanji and Luffy are just like, why is a gorilla just straight up growing out of there? Like, it's not with a lot of other people where it's just like, okay, there's some weird rhyme or reason. No, he just has straight up gorilla from the torso up growing out of his forearm. It's really weird. And The dude goes in on Luffy and Sanji. Sanji dodges. He continues to try to keep Luffy out of the battle with the fodder. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Jinbei taking out Borscola like the fodder that he was, and literally echoing Sanji's statement that Luffy needs to conserve his energy. And Sanji even gets a little pissed at him. It's just like, no, I'm the one dragging Luffy along. But Luffy, I have to assume using his haki is able to suss out that the samurai are fighting on top of the battlefield and where they need to head. Sanji's just like, how do you know that? Not really knowing how advanced Luffy's observation haki actually is. Or maybe this is Sanji talking to Jinbei. I'm really wondering. It's kind of hard to make out, but for the most part, their job is to keep Luffy on track and to keep him from going a little too hard in so that he can at least go in on Kaido if nothing else. So, an interesting team up. Very nice. We also get to see that Bao Huang, the one girl with the paper talisman that kind of looks like a Sheikah symbol on her face, she is able to actually peer through the eyes of a cat with the similar paper on it, and she's able to observe and suss out where Yamato and Momosuke are and where they're headed off to. So she relays this information to King. King relays this information to, anyone who's basically able to listen. It's just like, okay, here's the lowdown. Basically, this rebellion is for the Kozuki clan to try to restore their house's power. They're trying to put Momosuke on the shogun's throne. Kill that kid, bring his head to me. That will break the samurai. They will no longer have the will to fight, and we will clean this shit up quick, fast, and in a hurry. So that's the plan here. But uh, you know, he also gives everyone Momosuke's location, and the first person to find him is none other than Sasaki, who, he's only there because he was tied up previously. He's only on that end of things because he was tied up. His men let him out, and he was able to make his way here. That's why he's in this spot. And we come to find out he's the leader of this armored division of the beast, of the Animal Kingdom pirates, with all these massive guns and cannons. They're firing arrows, and Shinobu even takes a few arrows to the back. Shinobu is in a bad way. And, Sasaki gets kind of pissed because it's just like, no, this damn Konoichi. If it wasn't for her, we would have already had Momosuke taken out. But one of these Beast Pirate members, this dude with a giant axe and what looks like a turtle for legs, comes flying in with a giant axe, ready to take down Momosuke and Shinobu. Shinobu is begging Momosuke to run. Momosuke's just like, wait, but is that what a shogun would do? So he's still kind of caught up on what he should be doing as shogun. But out of, as if on cue, and because she was following them, in comes none other than Yamato, who takes down the beast pirate readily. And Sasaki's just like, so you're going to interfere with us, Yamato? And Yamato's just like cold. Like, yeah, it's not interfering. I am fighting for the Kozuki clan. So it's just like she is trying her best to make her intentions known. I am fighting on the side of Kozuki. Your asses are grass. So that'll be an interesting showdown as well. Meanwhile, on the Skull Dome, meanwhile at the Legion of Doom, Kaido seems to be down for the count at first. He's bleeding from the wound that was inflicted upon him by, the scabbards, but they know that the fight's not done until his head is off his body. So they go in for the kill. But Kaido raises up, and he admits that in their spirit he saw Odin. He thought back to the time when Odin, was distracted, that moment And it kind of is implied that because of that moment, he kind of wanted to die. It's just like it wasn't an honorable victory. It wasn't a true victory for such a legendary man. Like, he seems to really just have this massive amount of regret for that moment. But he then thought, these guys aren't Odin. You know, there will never be another pirate, never be another samurai like Odin. Odin was one in a million, and the scar you inflicted over my last one, yeah, you got me to bleed, but it's not deep enough. It's not deep enough to truly take the place of his scar. How dare you scar where he scarred? You can never scar me like he did. Like, talking about an ex-lover or something. But then Kaido lets out this massive roar, and these sickles, these slashes of wind come just pouring out, which I'm just like, okay, so he has this power now. And it cuts off the arm of Kiku, breaking through her sword, slashing off her arm. I'm like, holy crap. No. Like, this is where it happens. This is where everything gets worse. This is where the real problems arise. We've had it too good for too long, and it's time for everything to just fall apart. Because there was no way they were gonna handily just devastate the enemy forces like this. Oda was touting that this was going to be like Marineford, and of course, there were gonna be losses, but I don't know. I don't know if my heart's ready to just see everything that's gonna happen here. You know, but hey, what are your thoughts? This is the end of the chapter. What are your thoughts? How many of the scabbards are going to lose their life in this fight? Seeing someone lose a limb, it's not the first time, and not to mention, remember, Law was able to reattach his own arm, so, you know, don't buy too fully into it, but even still, it is a very shocking moment. And that could have just been Law reattaching his own arm, so maybe you can't do it for another person. It's a shame for Kiku, though. Oh, poor Kiku. But how are they going to take down Kaido? Are they going to take down Kaido? It really isn't looking that way. It's just like, yeah, you got me to bleed, but if that's the best you got, you're in over your heads, kids. So how many more of the scabbards are we going to lose during the course of this fight? What about Sasaki? Also, I've heard rumors that he might in fact be the son of Kokoro because of his color scheme and the hat that he wears, and he might be a fishman too. So I'm wondering if that might be true. That would be interesting, although, that we'll probably see that in like a follow-up story or something like that. Right now, he and his crew are taking on Yamato as Shinobu lies bleeding on the ground. I wonder if this will be the moment for her to bond with Momonosuke and them to have that connection. And I really do feel that Yamato will stay in Wano actually to help Momonosuke lead his country. I think that might end up happening. I know a lot of people really want Yamato to for Nakama and all that, but I'm not quite sure about that one. And we also have the showdown. Well, the continued effort for Jinbei, Sanji, and Luffy to make it up to the roof to help out the samurai. So I wonder if they'll actually get there in time, or by the time we actually get up there with the three of them, it'll ultimately end up being for nothing. All of the scabbards will be wiped out. They'll be down for the count, and it'll be up to Luffy to take on a battle-scarred Kaido, which will be the only way he actually gets one up on Kaido because of, basically the scabbards softening him up for the most part. But we also have the situation with Queen and his plague bullets and all that kind of stuff. What's going to happen there? The Ice Oni, like, how do you fight that? How are you going to deal with that? Chopper has to be the linchpin for this. Because why else have Chopper involved here? We also have a few characters that we haven't seen. What's going to happen with, Marco, Big Mom, and Perospero? Carrot's headed over that way. Is she going to take on Perospero? Is Big Mom going to allow that to happen? Not to mention, you also have off running Ulti and Page One going off after Usopp and Nami. How is that going to be dealt with? Also, where's Frankie? What's Frankie dealing with? I don't remember. Maybe he's still fighting the numbers? Possibly. Oh yeah, he ran off with Hotshot in the tank, so that he wouldn't be doing all that battling in there. So we've got a lot of gears in motion, but time will tell how many people actually end up getting into some deep doo-doo because of it. But tell me your thoughts, feelings, and theories in the comment section below. Did you like this chapter? Did you dislike this chapter? Did you feel like everything wasn't adding up the way you wanted it to? Or were you like me, really loving all the setup we've got going on, and that other shoe is gonna drop? Things are gonna get from just bad to plain old deadly, and I can't wait to see it. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. But if you like this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike. Subscribe and hit the bell icon. That way you never miss out on another One Piece chapter review. And I hope I will see you for next time. 7 days until the next One Piece chapter, and it just hurts so good. No break, so at least there's that. But until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.